We Taiboing here tonight. Ek weet nie DJ Malle speel Taibo songs. Welcome to it. You're listening to or watching Coffee and Comedy with myself, Rezah Forbes. I feel very bomb today because my bomb jacket. Did you get that? I don't know if you got it, but anyway. DJ Malle, of course, on the ones and two. I'm your host, Rezah Forbes, taking you all the way till 10:30 p.m. So I hope that you guys are lekker warm, lekker safe, and alles. So as you know, on the show, what we like to do is to challenge and chat to some of your favorite local celebrities and social media influencers. However, we decided to give back to you guys and decided to help you because a lot of people want to buy new cars, DJ Malles. A lot of people want to get their first car. And I think as Coffee and Comedy, what we're going to do is we're going to actually assist you, giving you the knowledge and the know-how on how to get your first car. So what we did is we went to one of the top car dealers in Cape Town and they actually showed us the shows. But for now, what's trending on my timeline?
They say you have to be very careful with the third variant of COVID-19 that came all the way from India. Nou, hoe weet jy as jy dit het? Want as jy hoes, dan brand jou hol. Nou, hulle sê hulle weet nie. Wie is die man wat het gebring het van India af na Suid-Afrika toe nie? But that's not the point. The point is that I just want everybody to be very, very careful about... Wait a minute!
Oh, where, baby? Baby, I just want to say a few things, baby, that I think it will really adore you, baby. Baby, I just want to say, when I see you walking in the road at 4:30 in the afternoon with that pink gown and that Nike slippers, other people would think, Nagani. But I would think, yeah, baby, yeah. Baby, I'm going to tell you now that you need a spare wheel, baby, because I will stick your chup up, baby. Baby, some people might say you kham, baby, but I say you, alhamdulillah, baby, yeah, yes.
Haha, Kiki means I'm telling you. You must just sometimes be humble, man. And think to yourself, like, if I'm humble, the Lord will bless me with something. I don't know what. For other people, it's different things. For DJ Malles, the Lord will bless him with more equipment. For Joshua, what do you want to be blessed with? More makeup. Our makeup guy says you want to be blessed with more makeup. I want to be blessed with more money. Listen here, people, you need to pay my money quick into my account. But other than that, we are trying to show you what are some of the things you need to look out for when buying your first car, your first vehicle. And Joshua, I don't know if you heard this, but a lot of people's like, if you buy a car, you need to buy it from white people. Yes, don't buy it from colored people, buy it from white people. I bought a car. I bought a car from white people and it's lasting. They only drive to the shop and back. But the colored people, there's now DJ Malles people in Strandfontein. What they do is they spin with the car, pop, sell, man. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say. But we actually went to one of the top dealers, car dealers in Cape Town, and speak to them and also find out from them, what are some of the things that we need to actually look out for. So we're gonna take a quick ad break. When I do come back, we're gonna go check it out.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to it. Today we are actually at Renault Tokai, where they're going to be assisting us with buying your very first car. So when you think of buying a car, lots of people think maybe it's a student, but you can be 45 and buy your own car. You might have been taking taxi for years. We don't know what happened in your life. But today, we're going to be speaking to one of the sales representatives, Farouk Raycliffe, where he's going to be telling us, a few pointers, giving us a few pointers about buying your first car. What do I need to look out for? What are some of the terms and conditions that come with it? And also, according to my lifestyle, what kind of car do I need? So let's check it out. Let's see what Renault Tokai has to offer. Okay, people, so we are sitting with the one and only Farouk Raycliffe. He is going to be our go-to guy, advising us, telling us what are certain pointers that we need to look out for when buying your first car. Because most of the time, you buy a car on Facebook Market van iemand se chommy, and then you come there, then the car doesn't have an engine in, or you didn't read everything correctly. But this is going to be the guy who's going to make sure that you're going to be well informed when you walk into a dealership, especially a Renault dealership. You're going to know exactly certain things that you're going to need to look for and that. So, Farouk, tell me, as a customer, I walk in, and what are the first things for you? Because sometimes, especially as youngsters, we don't know what we want. Sometimes we're like, rooi, maar ek lus vir groen. So, how do you go about finding out, listen, what is this customer's needs? Is he buying for the first time, whatever the case may be?
Okay, so to answer you, Rezah, you're actually correct there in saying that what are the things and listening. Listening is the biggest part of actually buying a car.
Okay.
And sometimes when the new buyer comes in, especially a person who hasn't bought before, there's a lot of pitfalls and things that they have to look out for. But the main thing to find out is what are the customers' needs, and that is where we start.
I want to know, basically, because our show's focused on a brand new first-time car buyer. So, if I should ask you, what are certain pointers that I need to look at when I come in, and whether it is a brand new car or pre-owned car, what are certain things that I need to, it's must, you can't say, kan nie tweak it, dinkie. I need to look at this before I buy the car, so that I know I'm happy with it and everyone else is not going to knock into me or sit my kop aan, put me a head on, I don't know the English for that. So what is the must look at pointers?
Okay, so definitely the plus or the things you have to look out for is, first of all, is budget.
Okay.
The second thing that's also most important above that is safety.
Let's talk about pre-owned cars and brand new cars, because now I decide I want a car, but I don't know if I want a brand new car or a pre-owned car. And most of the times we see car dealerships saying you can come get pre-owned cars as well, and then you get there, then it looks like a brand new car, but then there's still certain factors that I need to consider. So give us a couple of pros and cons in terms of, I'm a brand new buyer, it's my first car, and I'm looking at the pre-owned and brand new.
Is a good advice for a first-time buyer that's not buying new is an ex-rental. So what happens, our group is responsible for also a number of rental vehicles that gets sold to the rental trade. And those are those white cars you see standing at the airport. Now they have an agreement which is called the buyback agreement. So they come back after 1 year. Now remember, last year nobody was traveling. So rentals have got really low mileage at the moment. So that's the sort of bargain for the guy that can't afford for the new car. So that is one of my bits of advice that I give you. Go and check it. You can ask for the mileage. The adverts have the mileage on it. Like, for example, we are on Facebook. You can go Renault to Kai. It shows you exactly what we have in stock at the moment. You click on the button and it comes through to a sales executive. Right.
It's perfect.
With regards to a pre-owned vehicle, I think that is something you would consider in the future as well. Because I'm saying now how easy it is to buy something without stress.
Yes.
And you get guaranteed by the dealer that you will have a 101-point check done in the workshop, which we present to you on sale before you take the car. And we'll have a roadworthy to show that the vehicle is roadworthy.
Wow.
So that is a very good thing to have when you buy a second-hand car. So if you're going to Afdak Motors in Voortrekker Road, we shall not mention names, you normally find that the dealer is very scaly where that concerns. I'll give it to you again. It will happen again. Those are actually where people do get caught.
Listen, people, we actually want to help you buy your first car. And if you are thinking of buying a car, or maybe you want to finance a car, or you don't know which brand to get, or you travel a lot like Joshua. Joshua is never at home. Joshua's always busy with people's faces and doing things and partying, if you're going to be honest. But if you're never at home, or if you want to have a car that's cost efficient or anything like that, we want to help you with that. So what we did is, as Coffee and Comedy, we went to go visit one of the top car dealerships in Cape Town, and we actually asked them, listen, if I buy my first car, what are some of the things that I actually need to look out for? Because I know some of you guys, you don't even clean your car. I get in the car, it look like the city's dirt trucks that's coming down the road on a Thursday there in Grassy Park. And yeah, so if you want to get you a car that you can actually leave dirt in. These are all the things that we actually take into consideration. So what we did was we actually asked the car dealership, listen, if I want to buy my first car, what do I need to look at? If I earn so much and so much, what do I need to look at? If I travel a lot, what do I need to look at? All of these things is what we actually asked them, and this is how it went down. Stay focused, stay lekker. If you don't have petrol, is duur.
To the entry-level buyer or the first-time buyer, the vehicle I recommend is the Renault Quid, as you can see over here. A lovely example of a vehicle that's got all the features, safety features, as well as the comfort that you would need as a first-time buyer. Also, because of the vehicle size, very easy to park. And they come out with a reverse camera and parking distance control. So which means it picks up if there's something moving or close to the vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically have everything a modern car has all in this thing.
Correct. Wrapped in one package, man.
So show us the features. Show us.
Upon entry, you immediately greeted by this liquid crystal display here.
Okay.
So this vehicle shows you on the speedometer digitally how much you're doing. It has a range meter that can show you how far you can drive with the fuel remaining.
Wow.
So it's a good thing for those people that forget to go to the pump like Rezah. Right? So at the end of the day, it takes unleaded fuel. You can remotely open the fuel cap as well as the boot. And then you'll find that the vehicle comes with a monitor that also has the latest Android Assist app, compatible screen mirroring, as well as the Apple CarPlay.
Wow.
So if you're asking, does it have GPS? I ask you, does your phone have GPS? So then you would plug in your GPS of your phone and it will come through the screen. So for us musical brothers, you can then flip on the screen, and it also has the ability to answer WhatsApps.
Wow.
So this vehicle is quite for the new generation.
Yeah, so you can listen to your Bob Marley and answer what.
Correct. Must have a place for your Bob Marley. And then a larger than life glove compartment. You don't have a little dinky one.
Okay.
The other thing you notice is enough storage space with cup holders for your coffee.
I see that.
All right, and your sports drinking bottle there. However, the roof racks on the vehicle, and I'll show you later, are superficial.
Okay.
They're just for show. Okay, so Mr. Forbes, what we do now, we release the seats, make sure your belt buckle is there. As soon as you press the backrest down, lift it up. It comes out completely, and then you've got a flat load bin that you can use as your little bakkie. Wow. Right, how nice is that? I'm not saying go and load a ton of bricks now, but you know your general things that you need to move and borrow a car for, you now don't have to. All right.
All right, so now we're on the test drive. I, as the salesperson or the representative that's with you, I've got to make sure that you're here to the traffic rules and regulations.
Okay.
I have the right to stop the test drive at any point.
Whenever you feel uncomfortable.
Remember, I'm also a family man and I'm looking after an asset of my company.
100%.
So sometimes if I find that the driver is abusive, I will aim for the sanity of my family, not losing their father.
Of course.
Make sure that we're safe at all times, and I would make sure that the company's asset is protected because it is my responsibility. So now, because we're in a quiet area, I give you a straight stretch where you can get used to breathing through the gears and gliding through. And right at the end, we normally I'll take you to a place where you can turn comfortably.
Okay.
So I have checked out the area.
So you know the area,
Yes.
alles.
Yes, and as you notice, we went over some speed bumps also, so I will take you so that you can feel the suspension.
Yeah.
And it's very important that you select both safe and also a route that is conducive to what the client requires. So like normally from here, we would merge onto the highway because I would make sure that the area that we are in, and make a full circle here, has got a road that merges with a big highway.
Yeah.
So you might not see it, but on the route that I know, you'll be able to then quickly go onto the M3, and then you could feel the car in its full or in its top gear environment.
Yeah.
All right, and that's basically it. And from there, I find
that a well-planned test drive takes the nerves out of it for the buyer,
100%.
and they get to make an informed decision.
100%.
Because now you felt the car, and we have old saying in the motor trade, and that is that rears in seat sells cars.
Okay.
Because you can't sell something to a person that doesn't know what it feels like.
Yes.
Right. So, what is your experience like, Mr. Forbes?
My experience is that normally when you, because like you mentioned that I didn't drive the car yet, so I don't know the feel. Because sometimes ry jy jou pa se kar en hy klats is al uitgeheel.
Yeah.
So now you get into the car and then you know you get used to the gears and you can feel, okay, the clutch is lightly salted,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. And I feel like as a customer, this is really the point where I go, I like the driving of the car, I like the feel of the car, the gears and everything. And do you feel like this is where most people make that final decision
Of course. Look, 9 times out of 10, this is where you get this is it feeling.
Okay.
It will either tell you, no, this is not the car, and we have to go back and try something bigger, maybe, or
Okay.
something else. Or this will be the point where you decide, I'd rather like to go automatic.
Okay.
You understand? In that case, we always have ready fuel. Take this left turn here, because this is the way to get to the highway. So that is correct. We really need to use the test drive to establish that, because at the end of the day, I can get all the finance figures you want.
Mm-hmm.
I can get all the packages in place you want.
Mm-hmm.
But if the car doesn't sell itself, and there is something that the customer must check out.
Yeah.
Like you said, what do we look out for?
Yeah.
Do I see myself in this car every
Dat
day?
is belangrik.
Can I move around from A to B comfortably?
Yeah.
Do I understand the functionality of the car?
Yeah.
Do I understand the instruments cluster?
Yeah.
Is it comfortable for me? Now all those boxes will be ticked on the test drive without you knowing. Subconsciously, in doing we learn.
Yeah.
Human beings learn by doing.
Yes.
So I give you a chance to learn the vehicle.
And that is like I said, this is because I can feel if it was me, this would be that moment of, because I looked at the car, I see, you know, it's a car that I like or whatever, but this is really that moment where I go, I can feel it, I can see myself in the car, and like you said, subconsciously you just make that decision.
So can I sign you up, Mr. Fool?
Nou, kyk, jy kan my opsign enige tyd.
Yeah.
What are some of the when someone's doing a test drive actually?
Okay,
And
so
what do I look out for in terms of the test drive?
okay, on
How
the
do I
test
feel
drive,
the car?
first of all, you gotta understand the car will never lie.
Mhm.
It will show you immediately on power if it's sluggish.
Okay.
It will second of all show you on stability how the body handles.
Yeah.
The third thing that you gotta, and I learned this as a sales cadet years ago,
Mhm.
don't overburden the customer with facts. I
Yeah.
think it's important that you highlight the important features of the vehicle and benefits, but there's a certain point that you shut up
Okay.
because the car then takes over. So
It does the talk.
it does the talking. So something that you're asking me to
Are we
look
going
out
left,
for,
right?
left. Make sure that obviously the vehicle that's being presented to you
Yes.
is basically the model that you're buying.
Okay.
Because some places you can walk in and they'll show you the one with bat wings,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow when you come, it's another car.
It's like buying
Yeah.
a Gatsby and then they say it's full house, but that's net so
That's the
stukkie.
chopper. Yeah. And then basically the other thing is my salesperson knowledgeable about the
Yes.
product? Because ek wil nie weer gaan leen nie. Ek wil nie nou sit met 'n browser heel aan nie.
Yeah.
The second thing is, or the third thing that the salesperson must know, this is the point where I can actually engage the customer about, what I'm saying is lifestyle factors.
Yeah.
Because I can ask him, will you be using this car
Yeah.
to, for example, go on a trip?
Yeah.
And I mainly I've changed it, where this is a point where I sort of find out what makes the customer tick.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I can only sell him something if I fulfill his needs. And there might be
100%.
something that he wasn't comfortable saying at the office.
Yeah.
But he in die ry kom dit mos nou uit, Mr. Forbes.
I love that because
Yeah.
it's now that intimacy, it's the quiet time where,
Yeah.
listen, I didn't want to say this there. And also I feel like this is the time when you know the customer already
Yeah.
and you know
Yes,
the lifestyle.
yeah, and the other thing is obviously, this is the time when the customer is in control.
Yeah.
Because he's handling the vehicle. the customer has now got the lead, because the salesperson can be leading the conversation.
Yeah.
But this is the time when the customer says, and it's also sales is the art of handling objections.
Of course.
Because now I need to listen. You come, for example, back to me and says, Farouk, but does the car have electric mirror?
Yeah.
You understand
Yeah.
that? Then I say, yes, naturally, sir. If you look to the right there on the cluster, there's a little switch.
Yeah.
You'll find it, But also I find that you've got to also understand that this person is concentrating on the road.
Yes.
So it's important to observe and respect the rules
Yeah.
at all times. So
So
I will also limit my geprater, because at the end of the day, we can talk again, but I found that most of the time this is when questions come up.
Yes.
Alright, so we're gonna go left, and it's very important that you see where they take you for a test drive. Also, I
Yeah.
normally take people uphill to feel the power where we're
Okay.
going now. Jy moet weet as jy 'n voortrekker road is en daai ou vat jou downhill, dan moet jy weet daar's iets verkeerd met die engine,
Then you know.
Yeah, daar's die krag of something. So, uphill, people always say don't take a test drive in the rain. That's the perfect time
Is
also.
it?
I love taking people in the rain because now you see how the demister acts, how the
Okay.
car's wipers are, how the car is basically under strenuous conditions.
Yeah.
Because jy gaan in 'n condition wees.
That's the
As jy
truth.
die kar van die vloer af vat, you
That's
must
the
be
truth.
comfortable.
100%.
And those are things that we discuss on
Wow.
a test drive. Yeah.
What if it's a family, man? Do you get like a fake family also, put them in the car?
Yeah. Kyk, we sell a 7-seater. So I often have families coming in with occupants wat 'n bietjie, jy weet, naturally plus size is. Because hulle wil kyk kan die kar oor ou Kaapse weggaan met die engine.
Nah,
yeah.
right.
So what we then do is I find that more so in the past they would come with a lot of people.
Mhm.
But now with COVID, jy weet die mense soms bietjie bang.
Yeah.
But social distancing also with them in the 7-seater. And then the main thing is the more the merrier. Ek sê
Yeah.
altyd nog 'n rule wat ek vir iemand sê, moet jy alleen 'n kar gaan koop nie.
Yeah.
Because remember, somebody else with you can help you look out.
Yeah.
And you speak more easily when you have people that you know around.
100%.
And not just that, for your own safety also.
Yeah.
Van almal is die Renault, what I'm saying, a
Daar is
registered
they know.
dealer nie. Right?
Yeah.
So for a registered dealer, or you're not going there, don't go alone.
Yeah.
You understand? Because especially with first-time buyers,
Yeah.
so bring somebody with that's got a bit of knowledge, that's going to ask pertinent questions, and then they ensure that you're going to make the right decision.
That's perfect. I could really feel, you were telling me that the faster I go, you could feel the power steering change.
Yes.
And I actually felt I would went to like a more
Like a
sporty
stiffer,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, if a power steering is going to be hard and incredible at higher speeds, you're going to have a problem.
That's-
Because now gaan jy control verloor.
That's true.
Alright, so what we do is speed sensitive power steering, electronically assisted, all features you must look into.
Yeah.
And that is what this car and many of our new age vehicles come out with.
Wow.
So what's nice about any car you're buying today, I would normally tell people don't concentrate too much on YouTube videos because you'll find that opposition brands
Yeah.
post their own videos to
Okay.
also try and boost their sales.
Okay.
I would say that, like you did today, try and test it for yourself.
Yeah. Come see if you
Yeah.
like it.
Links. B, the other thing that I say to people is touch and feel.
Yeah.
You know, your senses doesn't lie.
Yeah.
You can feel what you're feeling. And then obviously the last part of it is to make sure that you have downloaded the e-brochure.
Okay.
Because dan kan jy die features lees van die kar. And when you come in to see us, you also know a little bit. Because it's
Okay.
freely available online. For example, with us on the Renault website,
Mhm.
go to Renault SA
Mhm.
and it will show you and it says download a free brochure.
Okay.
Get help. Alles is daar, soos interactive.
Perfect.
It's a new age people. You got the internet at your disposal.
Yeah. Of
Make
course.
sure that you walk in informed. All right.
Perfect. I have to admit that this is the perfect car for a starter. I can feel that it has a sporty look to it. It has incredible boot space, like you showed us, and it just has this vibe of ek is nou hier.
Yeah.
And I mean the
I've
price
arrived.
is nice,
and it has everything that the modern cars has these days with the reverse camera, the ABS, alle goede.
Yeah.
So my advice would definitely be the quid. The quid, I don't know what it's short for, but it sounds almost like kokopikar.
Yeah.
So there you have it, people. All of the do's and don'ts when buying your first car. These are the things that you actually needed to know when going out there and buying your first car. We do also want to say a huge thank you to the car dealership that allowed us into their dealership and allowed us to come with our cameras and gave us, all the insights that we needed and allowed us to touch these beautiful cars, because sometimes you see the cars but you can't touch them, and the feel. Listen, I've never owned such a car in my life, eh? I'm just saying. But thank you so much to the dealership that allowed us in there. Thank you so much to you, the loyal viewers, for choosing us each Friday night. We love you. Go buy your car. Lekker. It's Rezah Forbes, DJ Malus. This is Coffee and Comedy. Just take a seat.
Kini huku ni tampaka nyumbani.